Hello everyone, Switched Up here. This is another channel update. Today I have a smaller, more updates about upcoming stories that I'm going to do to work on and some other projects and some other things that had came to my mind. Well, that I used to recently happened. I can take the first things first though. A couple of days ago, I received a flagged copyright message on one of my previous uh, Octavia with Frederick horse-pin dating video, and apparently someone claimed part of the music style in the part of music that I made for the used for the story was in fact to been claimed that this person made that part of the section of the music, which is not a truth though, because that music was made for one of my friends on YouTube. So the only option I had was to remove the story to remake it. And even though I had three options, one to be sent in a claim saying that the music was actually made a friend of mine who used a music app on his phone. But I don't know if that option would have worked out as much as I wanted to. So option two was that I would remove this music and add something new from like since YouTube has a sound library with some special sound effects like animals. Well, anyways, I decided that, or option three, it was to upload the story again without music, meaning the story will be the same without any music. So the only options that I would have still done was option two or option three. But I decided to take the second option. So, and though this is in fact the very first flagged copyright I had, at least for a while now, which in my hindsight is not as a bad idea. Anyways, I know that many still wonders what I want to. Some of my subscribers had asked, what will I do for the 7,000 special? Or if I will do something special? Well, I had only two things under mind. Either do a Q&A video for 7,000 or a subscriber special. But the thing I do prefer to decide from is I'm going to do a subscriber special story. And I haven't even really decided on which story though. I mean, consider how many good potentials there are. But one of the stories I did have in mind was in fact Side Twilight with Fluttershy, which I already had part of the storyline that which my girlfriend made, and I do have some pictures for that. But I hadn't even realized that yet, well, because I had another option. Side Twilight, no, sorry, Rainbow Dash with Soren. Yeah, and even though I had made that as a pony version, I did found some pictures with them as human form. So I thought, what about maybe doing a story for that? But even though I hadn't even realized or decided yet from which story to do, despite that maybe had already perhaps decided from do some of that. And I can even reveal that I had made so far about 4 to 5 new love stories. LP love stories. But majority is so far is audio. I know that I promised to make some with text and music, but that in fact is going to happen. I just want to save up as much time to be able to record some stories just in case. And the next story I have planned to do was in fact a surprise from the Wonderbolts with an OC by the name Velvet. Velvet is actually a fan-made OC that I found on Derpy Borough. But consider from how many other stories that I had in mind, There are in fact at least a number of others, like there is one that I had recently mind to do, um, Roguelike, with another OC, a fan-made OC by the name Lucky Knight. Consider from how many other stories there are on Dopaboro, tons of it. But even though despite some of the stories I had planned for a while had may have been postponed, just for the time being, consider how many stories I need to be working on so I can, how to say, fill out my quota with the stories on how many I do have. Since about a week ago, I think maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that I cleansed or that I deleted stories from my folder which I contained the stories in. But since the majority of those stories was already had been posted or uploaded on my channel, so I decided I had needed to delete some of those stories that had already been uploaded. It's not It was not time to work to keep all the stories in the same folder if I had to be making new ones. There would be not if I had to continue to upload more and more stories in the same folder. If I had over like 40 stories in a video in this folder, it would have been a little bit tricky to figure out which stories had been uploaded or not. So I tried to maintain from that, and I also keeping constant watch on my channel where I had if I see any other copyright flagged messages next to the story, which hasn't been that much for the past month or so. Only further than one, at least for a few days ago. Anyways, that's all I want to say for now. So I hope everyone has staying safe during this pandemic, and thank you for listening.